Hey, my name is Willy Minnix. I am an author and a music teacher, and I was a pastor for a long time. And I just want to welcome you to my Whole Brain Thinking channel. And today I am going to talk about some martial arts stuff, but I wanted to give you an update on my, I'm doing the military diet. So I don't have any cheddar cheese, so I've got a little bit of Swiss cheese. Jarlsberg cheese, by the way, is my favorite cheese, period. I get 5 saltine crackers for, and this is my breakfast. This is day 3. And I'm allergic to apples, so I'm going to have a pear. So that's what I'm doing for the breakfast portion of day 3 of the military diet. And as I've said in other videos, and I get lots and lots of water. My goal is to lose about 40 more pounds, and then I'll be back down to the weight that I was when I was in college, and I'll be very happy about that. One of the things that I really wanted to share with you today is a training technique that I kind of came up with. And if you haven't seen PiresEscrima videos and you want to learn how to do 2 swords, you really need to check out his videos. He's really a nice guy. I email him. He's I believe he has a school, or he teaches Escrima classes somewhere in Texas. But I think he's originally from Japan, but he's a really nice guy, and he's helped me with what I'm about to show you, giving me some tips. But before I show you my chart that I came up with to help me learn the Sinawali for Escrima, I wanted to show you what I've been doing over the last year. What got me started, or got me interested in Escrima, is I wanted to study from a whole brain perspective how the mind works in martial arts when it does multiple weapons. So let me grab, I feel like I'm juggling here, which is another really cool whole brain technique. But in Escrima, you have 2 sticks, and basically, hopefully I don't whack anything, you're learning how to weave those sticks in and out to where they become a defensive technique for yourself, so that you are blocking any blows that are coming your way, but also you can learn how to strike your opponent, or these could all be slashes as you're coming down. So what's interesting about this, the way Arnis or Escrima, or Kali as some people call it, by the way, there's a guy named Ingram. Paul Ingram makes really good videos too, and you should check out his channel. It's Kali up in Chicago. He teaches how to do this kind of stuff. But anyway, there are lots and lots of weave patterns that you can follow, but they get confusing after a while. So what I did is I decided I wanted to come up with a chart to help me learn them. But before I even got to the point where I actually learned how to do what I just showed you, I spent hours and months and months last year filling up notebooks on all sorts of information about sword fighting or weapons forms with 2 weapons. So I have stuff here that I've compiled from books and videos that I've seen or read about Krabi Krabong, which is a Thai sword fighting system. About there's a video called The 2 Swords of Aikido, which is a really good video on Japanese swordsmanship with 2 swords. I've studied kung fu techniques for 2 swords. And I even looked at some of the videos that some of the Jedi people that are into Star Wars use, because the character Darth Maul used 2 swords, and so a lot of people that are into Star Wars and fitness have kind of made videos about it. So I've looked at some of those. And then, of course, Escrima or Kali or Arnis, I've studied a lot of their patterns too. And then also, I mean, you may not have known this, but I was involved in martial arts for a long time. I studied karate, taekwondo, kuk sool won, and jeet kune do, and a little bit of aikido. And so I've always been interested in martial arts. But this is my other book, which is mostly blank, by the way, but I am starting to fill it up as well. And one of the things that I did was I just compiled a list of techniques that I've seen other martial artists use, and so I've just kind of been going through and learning them myself, because I don't know where to study this stuff around here in Winston-Salem where I live, and frankly I just don't have the time to go to classes, because I teach music lessons at about the same time that most people go to take their martial arts classes, so I'm kind of on my own. And sometimes I do this with my kids. And then I have a really good friend, one of my former students named Chandler, who is I think he's a 5th Dan, 5th degree black belt in Nimpo, which he's been really helpful at teaching me and showing me some stuff too. So all told, this led up to the development of what I'm getting ready to show you. I came up with a chart that I will actually post a steady picture of so that you can see it. And you can also download these if you go to willyminnix.com. I have a post that I believe I have the 8 count, the 10 count, and the 6 count Sinawali chart up there, but I'm working on the 4, 5, and several of the other count Sinawalis too. So basically, here's my chart. And hopefully you'll see this, but I will post a better picture. The blank picture. But what I want you to see is I've got several things. One of the methods that people use for charting out Sinawali is they make a graph and they put, okay, this is in one corner, this is the right side of the, or this is the left side, this is the right side of the body. It's kind of confusing because I'm looking at it one way, but I'm trying to tell you the other way. But anyway, you get the idea. And then you'll have /1, /2, /3, /4. So that's a method that's used already in understanding Sinawali. Another method that's used that I've seen is this method where they draw this diagram. But what I've done is I'm using this diagram more for footwork, but also sometimes people use it for slash angles or strike angles or different things like that. But what I've done is I came up with a system where you, on the interior, you number your strikes. Basically, like in this one, I have 6 strikes on this page. So I'm numbering 1, that's right, left, right, left, right, left. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on the interior portion, you're writing down what the technique that you're trying to accomplish does. So right here on number 2, it's a backhand strike to the knee, or what would be called in Arnis an earth strike. So on my little body chart here of the Vitruvian Man, again we're getting into this whole Renaissance thing, I've got a number 2 strike to the knee. Now, by the way, before I go any further, I just want to mention that the techniques that you're going to hear about in this video are potentially lethal. So don't do this on another person unless your life is in absolute jeopardy, and do this all at your own risk. So anyway, back to what I'm saying, that's a strike to the knee.